Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Life in Japan podcast. I'm Rashid Matthews Hall. On this platform, we'll be going over different topics from a Japanese and foreign perspective. We'll be covering all relevant topics for people who want to live in Japan. Be sure to check out our content and make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys. So welcome to Life in Japan podcast. And here we are with the second episode. So today I have somebody who is really special, someone who is a healer, literally everything, a dancer. She's like literally so many things into one, and she is always busy, always traveling. Every single time whenever I see her Instagram, she's always doing something really cool. So I definitely wanted to literally get her on the platform and just sort of dedicate an episode around her, what she's doing. And with this platform, what we want to do is we want to pretty much showcase um, different types of people in Japan, nationals and foreigners, and sort of give you that viewpoint of just what everybody essentially is doing here in the country, and they're doing big things. So without further ado, I'll let you introduce yourself. Could you please tell the viewers, who you are, like your name and your background? You can go ahead.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm Chisato. I'm from Japan. I live Chigasaki area. It's like 1 hour by train from Tokyo. And I'm doing Sambar for 20 years. And also I'm a Reiki healing. Also I'm a guiding for the foreigners in Japan. I love to travel abroad, maybe 40 countries like this. I love everything, and it's great to see you.
Thank you so much. It's really awesome. So it's really cool. I think that the first time like we essentially really kind of came across each other was through social media,
Yeah.
which was really awesome. And she has like so much really good content, which you guys are going to be able to see. So we're going to post essentially what she wants to show in the description, so you guys can go and check out all of her stuff on on Instagram or pretty much wherever anything else is, for sure, for that fact. So yeah, uh, a dancer, healer, pretty much essentially a true creator in that sense, which I think is really cool. Also, you can feel free to introduce yourself in Japanese as well if you want. At any point in time, you can feel free to speak in Japanese, because I'll translate it later for you. Don't worry. Yeah. So you can go ahead, and if you want to introduce yourself in Japanese, that's
あ、
fine.
日本語。は
So,
い。はい。神奈川県の茅ヶ崎に住んでいる千里と言います。横浜でサンバチームを入っていて、20年間ぐらい、サンバをしています。あとは、霊気ヒーリングをして、います。遠隔でもできるので、もし興味ありましたら、ぜひ、ご連絡ください。あとは、旅行が好きで、バックパッカーとして世界一周行ったこともあって、全部でだいたい40カ国ぐらい行ったことがあります。今後もいろいろ行ったりしたいと思います。
So you go ahead and check that out. So all that information will be in the description, guys. So make sure you guys check out Chisato stuff.
Hi.
So we're gonna get into our first question essentially. So I see a lot of your content on Instagram, which is just so cool.
Oh,
and it's really inspiring to just see like all the videos and like she's always on the move. So one of the main questions I really wanted to get into is essentially what inspired you to get into Latin American culture?
American culture.
Yeah.
So there's nothing reason. I just thought about, okay, wanna start, like I wanna try like a Latin dance, and I started salsa first, and I was really, really into salsa for maybe 3 years.
Wow.
And then later, just I think about, maybe I like Brazilian culture more, and I went to Australia as a working holiday visa.
Yeah. Wow.
I got a Brazilian boyfriend. I was so lucky.
At the time?
Yeah, at the time.
That's cool.
And he was a samba dancer, also capoeira player.
Oh,
So
wow.
I get a
A good vibe. Yeah,
vibes
yeah.
of Brazil, and I thought really, oh,
That
I
makes
really
a lot of
feel
sense.
Brazil.
I was really, I'm like, she seems
Yeah,
super,
yeah.
like really super comfortable around just
Mhm.
like Brazilians in general, but
Yeah.
not just Brazilians, but just around foreigners. Because it's funny, and not to sort of like be like sort of stereotypical, but a lot of Japanese people are shy, and
Yes,
she's
I'm shy,
not. Like
really.
she's
I'm not shy.
the exact
First of
opposite.
all,
She's
I'm
so
shy.
cool. So yeah, that was just really the thing for me that really stood out
Mm,
about you is just
mm.
your open personality. But thank you so much for sharing that. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
I was so lucky person.
Yeah.
When after I come back to Japan and I was looking for something like Brazilian, and I went to Brazilian events
Mm.
and I met one Japanese Brazilian samba dancer. And I talked to her, and she said, I'm a teacher. Okay, I'm going to your lesson.
Wow.
And this is how I start samba. So all the time I was lucky. I'm lucky
Wow,
person.
that is interesting. So guys, listen. As I mentioned before, like you guys are gonna see her content. She has some of the most captivating dance videos you will probably ever see on Instagram, and I'm not even kidding. You literally you dance everywhere, like that I
Yeah.
can think of. I've seen you do so many cool dances here in Japan. I saw one of your reels. I think that was really cool that I'd reposted was the one you did in Thailand. There's a
Thailand.
few other really good ones that you did that were just
Oh, really?
so interesting. So I think what you're doing essentially is really awesome because the more that you sort of involve yourself in all these interesting aspects of Latin American culture, you are opening so many borders by doing that. And I think that is going to empower not only Japanese women, but a lot of Asian women to sort of to immerse themselves in something new. So that's really cool, right? That's awesome. So let's get into another topic. So it's cool that you've been to these different countries and that you've involved yourself in the whole Latin American side. What I want to know is, have you ever lived in another country other than Japan?
Okay.
Yeah.
1 year in Australia as a working holiday visa when I was 26 years old.
Mm.
I think living in somewhere is just it. Just Australia.
That's cool.
That's in just, I say like a 3 months, like that. 3 months in France or Israel, like that.
Wow.
So just mostly the basic in Japan.
So
Yeah.
mainly in Japan, but usually like if you go somewhere else for about a year or so, right? That's very common. One of my friends who we've also had on the channel too recently, by the way, she did a study abroad program, I think, for about 1 year, I think, in Finland. She's really nice girl. Her name is Natsumi, a good friend of mine. You can check out her episode on the podcast too. But I found that it's very common that most Japanese people, especially women, like when they decide to live abroad for a period of time, usually it's only 1 year.
Normally 1 year.
Why do you think so?
I don't know. I just
Maybe they just do it just to try the
maybe
scene,
try,
right?
but
Yeah.
they, if you want to study abroad, if you go to university, of course, like they say like 4 years like that. But I think not only. Yeah, I think most of the girl, some of the girl find the boyfriend, and they get married, and they, yeah.
You heard that? Okay. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, that is very true. I think see it's even interesting now because you have a lot of foreigners coming to Japan, right? And literally everyone is sort of at some point in time they're looking for a steady relationship, a good partner, which makes sense. I think it's a good motivator.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
to make someone want to travel and to go somewhere new and to experience something, and then if you really like it, then you stay. I think that's so inspiring.
Yeah.
That you've done that. And that's really cool. So would you, at any point in time, do you see yourself moving outside of Japan again to live somewhere else in the future?
So far,
Hmm.
I don't think so. Okay. I travel at many places.
Yeah, I've always,
I
I
was
see
thinking
that for sure.
about to stay. Okay. Just few times I was thinking to live somewhere else,
Right.
like Israel. And then I tried like living in Israel like 3 months and like that, and then I found myself. Japan is easy to live. For me, of course, I'm Japanese.
Of course, right? That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. Israel, how was Israel?
I love it. Really, I
Really?
love it.
Like,
For me,
what was like your best experience?
the people are nice. The Israel is so small country, but in a small country, but they have like a Dead Sea, also like a nice beaches, Mediterranean Sea,
Right.
and the mountain you can ski. Also, the place you can, the beach place, and so many things, and the history, many. I love it. But unfortunately, the situation is not good.
Of course. So right now, yeah, I mean, there's so many things going on. I think
so
in the
many
world
problems. Yeah, so many
in
problems.
general.
Yeah,
so much stuff going
but
on.
I love it.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
So, so out of all the countries you've been to, right? And I know this might be a difficult question, so just take your time. Which country do you think is your favorite country and why?
I know myself. I love the most is Israel and India.
So,
and of course, Brazil.
wow, that's top three.
Yeah. Top
So now this might, all right, this is gonna be hard. So out of those three, what's number one?
Okay, let's say.
Okay, yeah.
India.
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 I've heard so many amazing things about India.
Oh, really?
But even like here now, like in not only like in Kanagawa, like in general, but also like in Japan, I've seen that there's been an increase in a lot of Indians that have come to Japan. For me, I've tried Indian food. It's literally delicious. My mother's grandfather, so that's my great grandfather, migrated from India to Jamaica.
Oh.
Yeah, so I also have Indian blood in me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's funny, right? It's crazy. Yeah. So like my mother's side of her family in Jamaica, where she's from, where her father is from, there's like an Indian community. So they practice the Indian customs in Jamaica. So my mom grew up eating like curry, dal, like all the delicious Indian foods. And even here you can get really good Indian food too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a really good Indian food the other day. But that's cool. So India. So
So my first backpacker travel country is India and Thailand. That's why.
Okay.
But the first impression was so bad, the worst.
Really? How come?
And everybody treated me. Everybody treated me like
geez.
that.
Yeah.
So, I never want to go to India again.
Yeah, that's not Japan, right?
Yeah,
It's
no.
very different. Wow.
But later on, I would all the time, I want to go to India again.
It's like you get that homesick feeling. Yeah.
And then finally, after 10 years, I've been there, and I met a very special person in India.
Wow. Yeah. So this person is like a healer, or
No, just a friend.
Just a friend.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I imagine that when you were in India, you learned a lot of customs and like a lot of cultural things that you enjoyed.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really cool. So so our next topic that we want to get into, right, because of time. So This one is sort of covers a lot of different points. There's so many things happening right now, in Japan as a whole, in regards to like the country and where things are going, um, politically, just so many things. You can sort of touch on what you feel comfortable with. So I'll give you the essentially that choice. But like, how do you feel? What are your thoughts on, let's say, like Tokyo as a city, Japan as a whole, and the direction that the country is going in terms of moving forward? Do you feel that Japan is changing in a good way?
I wouldn't think so.
Like, you can be honest. This is
I
fine.
don't
Yeah.
think so, my honestly.
Really?
Honestly, I don't think so.
So
Because
why?
the child birth rate is so low.
Right.
Not so many people get married like me. Not so many people get
Having
have
children.
children.
Right.
A lot of like older people are increasing.
Oh.
And if you go to the countryside, you will see a lot of
That's
a lot
interesting.
of like a house.
Abandoned houses, right?
abandoned, yeah.
Yeah. I had
And
a friend.
it's hard, if
Wow.
you live in the countryside, it's hard to get the job. And for me, the government is no good. Like I think every
That's
country
fine.
has
Yeah. You can say whatever you want on here on this
Yeah.
platform. So I'm very happy that you touched on, for example, like the birth rate situation, which a lot of people don't really talk about, and the population situation. So even now, like a lot of people are coming in, as far as the like the child birth rate and the relationship situation. I see. It's interesting when I walk around. I always see a lot of couples, especially where I live, and I always see them with children. So when I hear about the birth rate, I always wonder if it's accurate or not. But then when I see the numbers, it's really shocking. It's really surprising, right?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people they come to Japan, and there's so many beautiful women here, and so many beautiful men. So, do you think that there's a big reason why they're not having children?
To raise a children, you need the money.
Right.
And sometimes it's very hard to get a job, like I think. And also, if you want to put the children to the kindergarten before the nursing, and to apply the nursing place, also it's very hard to how to say to get in.
To be admitted, right?
Yeah.
I see. And to get like proper child care and like things like that, right? Which is it's interesting. So like because in America, like they offer like a lot of incentives for, I guess for even for families that earn a certain amount of income, for them to receive money for the government to support their families and their children, which I think is okay depending on, you said, like the background, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I always think in my head, right, even now, especially with the elder population here, because I live here now in Japan, is, what's going to happen in a few years? Who's going to be able to take care of them? Right now, it's mostly foreign workers, but
Yeah.
And what's going to happen in the future? Who's going to pay taxes here?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things and a lot of different questions that are sort of going on, that initially I didn't even think about before until when I moved here and I saw the situation. So I'm very happy that you touched on that for sure,
Yeah.
Chisato. And you're honest about your opinion, which is great, because and it's perfect, right? Because it's like it's a thing here where and it's just what it is, because it's Japan, right? People typically don't explain how they feel. They don't like show like their feelings, like and I don't know if that's healthy, but that's a whole other video.
うん。
But thank you so much for that. So I'm moving on right now. So we touched on the situation with Japan and all these changes that are taking place right now, especially that things are getting way more popular here. TikTok,
うん。
social
うん。
media,
うん。
Instagram.
うん。
Obviously, we're on a YouTube podcast right now, but there's so much social media
う
and
ん。
so much information out there. More and more foreigners are coming to Japan
Yeah.
to experience Japan
う
essentially,
ん。
which I think is amazing. When I started visiting this country like almost 10 years ago for competition, there weren't that many foreigners here.
うん。
Now what you're seeing is something that is completely different, where in a lot of these major places, I want to say like major tourist places in a sense, they sort of have a situation right now where they're trying to um, control the situation a little bit better in regards to foreigners coming in. It's been literally everything, like in Kyoto, for
うん。
example,
うん。
at the parks, the shrines. We had a situation not too long ago, and it feels like a short time since it happened. When they had the cherry blossom
う
season,
ん。
I think it was in around maybe May or
April.
around that
うん。
time, where one of the TikTokers was swinging off of the cherry blossom trees. Did you hear about that?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a whole big thing on
Uh,
X and somewhere else.
yeah.
So it's just crazy, right?
That's
It's like
crazy. And I
I
saw
this.
some people doing like this on the tree
Oh my
gate, like
God!
this, the girls.
Listen,
I
please
think that,
listen. I love a lot of people love Japan. I speak for a lot of foreigners, even the ones that have been here longer than me for over 15 years. When you come here, um, please respect, you know, Japan and its
mm-hmm.
traditions and the
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people here, they're very tired and they're exhausted, and they don't want to sort of have to go through this situation where they have to deal with these things. It's even tiring to even talk about, but we're gonna touch on some of the things. So, and you have a very special position to me because
Mm-hmm.
as someone who essentially works with foreigners directly. They come in and you sort of guide them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in your image and from your experience, right? What are some advice that you have for foreigners that are coming to Japan to visit?
To visit.
Right. What should they do? What should they not do?
All they should do.
Hmm.
Oh, just this. Yeah, as you told,
Right.
like respect the Japan. So, for example, when you are in shrine and the temple, so in the shrine and the temple, there's a god. Same as church, you cannot not allowed to take a picture, and it's written exactly there. But I see some people are taking picture. I know it's very, very, it's very special, but they want to take picture, but it's not. So please don't do that. If it's written like a not to do that or prohibited. So please follow the rules, Japanese rules.
Man, that is yeah,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Mm.
Yeah. So you heard it directly from the source. It's just like it's really even tiring to even think about it. Like I can't imagine somebody coming to where I live, you know, and if I am at a church ceremony or something, them going and disrespecting the rules and the regulations of where I'm from. So I couldn't even imagine being in that kind of position. So after what you just said, just regardless of what you do, be respectful. Now, in terms of, so one more thing, for foreigners that want to come here to live, like to be residents in Japan, like if they're brand new, if they don't know anything about, let's say, insurance, residence tax, or even just basic communication with Japanese people. Could you give them maybe one bit of advice? Just only one thing that they should do. Yeah.
So maybe try to join the Japanese community where you live. There are some like a small community on Japanese. So maybe if you go to join and try to speak in Japanese, try as much as possible, and they will support you, I think.
That's very good. I'm very glad that you mentioned communication. Thank you so much for answering that.
Much.
She's a gem. Like it doesn't get any better than having someone who is Japanese, who understands these traditions, to just have them being able to explain this to you right now. Don't take it lightly. It's very good information, and if you're serious about coming here, it'll benefit you in a lot of ways. So as you can see here, the wind is starting to get a little bit SS tricky on us right now, but the weather is still pretty good. So we have with us here a very awesome, elite, in my opinion, samba dancer. Could you please give us a little brief demonstration of maybe a little 5-second samba dance?
Okay.
Just give a second. Yeah. Just step back a little bit. So she has some really good dancing skills. So go ahead and check this out right now. Yeah. There it is, guys. She is so cool. So remember, hit that description, hit that comment section up. Definitely check out everything out below. She's gonna have a ton of good stuff there for you. On Instagram, a lot of good content. Just a lot of good stuff in general. And yeah, she's really, really awesome. So just to wrap this up, essentially, for the viewers and for anybody else who's watching this video, essentially, where can we find you on social media? What's your Instagram? What's your account? And what kind of services do you offer? So you can explain in English and Japanese. The floor is yours.
Okay, mainly I do Instagram, and I offer. You can offer like a Reiki healing, also the guiding in Tokyo or in Japan, everywhere. Also, Sambar. If you wanna take a lesson on my Samba or like a basic like a exercise, or I can offer some Samba events like that. So please follow me.
So check her out. So her Instagram, I believe, is Chisato dot Mori.
Chisato Mori.
Chisato Mori.
Yeah.
So Chisato Mori on Instagram. So that's going to be in the description. So go ahead and check that out as well. Do you also offer tours in Japan as well? Do you have a link? A link?
I don't
Maybe
have a
no.
link. So just DM.
Just DM her on through Instagram. And if you're interested in doing any tours when you come to Japan, especially if you're in the Kanto area, she will send you her rates. She does full day tours as well. So she will literally take you to every single Japan hotspot you can think of that you're not gonna see on any type of travel brochure. I'll tell you that much. She's definitely she's your woman. You want to check her out for sure.
Thank you.
She is just amazing when it comes to that, for sure, man. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to to record this this episode, to be on here on the podcast. And I think this is really going to be an awesome episode for the people, man. This is going to be a really good one with a lot of good information. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that very much.
Much for your time.
Thank you. Definitely. So check out Chisato Mori. All right, guys. This is Life in Japan podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we are out. Okay. Peace.